Okay, thank you very much and welcome back to the show. So, for our next interview, we have Nana Agyenim Boateng. Nana Agyenim Boateng, the founder of the United Front Party, as we advertised earlier. Nana, please activate your camera if you can hear me so we can bring you on the show and have you. There you are. Thank you very much. All right. And there he is, Nana Agyenim Boateng, founder of the United Front Party. Nana, Yadasipi, so what Jimre, and the Atana Sende. Bepacho, won't pump to saying.
Yami to me, who ye, me mamma there touching.
Yadasi. Yo, Nana. Na asa besha se no yen kan party ni wasem kakra bi ansa na yakwa de kro potinta ye frɛ ba ha ene eso ye frɛ say ni embe charge ni kakra emfa New Patriotic Party obo primacy a etwem ya ho na mo na asa be ko ho no wankasa so woyɛ politician what wow party be pa kan party ni wasem kakra kyerɛ UFP
yo edise edikai ma main emma aha some hodi anopa na say wiem
anopa akaka krebi na idu ewia
and then so president ya me kosum wo me nana ho me sheki and tina bidi ka ti asa den touch no what is to say aden come back to ye fie so
aden to ye fie so ye me da sipi so what chase ade oni e san say fie ha de ahaye asukanta radio culture ye fa ye culture ndi agrokra ena ye mani wo mo wa brochire na eno marketing bi omo ni mi say ya wo me abrochire ye wo me Ghana pa mi di mi fie bebre na wo Ghana eso bibi say no still a bi hia enchechire wo enti meda wasipi say wajebre e de chire eno soso ho ye ka say na se brebe mu na wa chire eno su bi aka ho na ni nyina akwa
medasi and I am president and she am a man and no Ghana this year more abrochiri baby any we are see up and or multi with now United Front Party a political party me young dum am I a register no September 2012 I want to money ain't before I met the United Front Party, if we knew Patriotic Party, and I made a continue. Now, you see, it do baby, or man, President Mahama, I alliance thing. Yanina, down by the try alliance thing. And he drew baby, I see a contested. Now, say, do baby, there and set policies, any manifesto no eboa or mining history and only akuma swadi. Why not? Near no boom. And two beside me for United Front Party who are a registered political party in Ghana as any other political party I want Ghana. Yes, you say Yamiya Duma 2028 Yabe contested the presidency.
I see. Now say party benamono line is say you can say.
No, 2024 any New Patriotic Party and a alliance.
Okay.
Therefore 28 there. Yinya undisclosed say a becon fully and answer alliance. It will depend on the weather of the said the government, Maybe see a good man now, and I
see you. Now, also movie NPP mu, and by one corner of NPP won our party party, and I say only a Kobe and a more breaky fee NPP no cocotte UFP no.
Well, me nana New Patriotic Party, Mawumu Achekakra, Osha 1996. Nasubin constituency, Honorable S.K. Buafu, former Asante regional minister, the first chieftaincy minister, or a member of parliament, and I'm a youth organizer in the 96. Me come on the Kobua as a youth, and the year Papa Gay Kupo was 98. And I may come on any formal young elephant movement. Yeah, the boy. New Patriotic Party, yeah, Papa J. Kufuor, Emanesa, Eka Tumino. And a New Patriotic name, Asante Regional Youth Organizer 2000 and 2004. Position in show me free.
I see. And see, not just say, who cut the party, no, would the Nipa Free Party no koya, and I'm maybe so identity, and who free NPP no kote wa party.
Maybe share me that see. On say you, Nipa who Nina now tre washim. O say, Yahu Wahana and Newa Kudia Manonia, Yamia Dominton, Fidian, Yeti Air Casa. Do be on say, I'm saying, beautiful exuberance, we are points for certain things. And to your head, say, obstacle be what and Maya, when you see a bear, we have to move on. And see, men are making new patriotic party, and I'm a for me, yeah. And other political party youth, so the name of both, and they move forward. And no thing now, yeah, party, yeah, this United Front Party, all inclusive, and I share to the NOC as support. I be on my year.
I see. Now, I did put in about NPP no mudo. Now, full say, Ebia, who more potential, so one can be lead another charge, and I said, not be why people no now we need to the free.
Well, it's the cause of discriminations, and do be like the thank God leadership, with or without. Once the leader says, you must all comply. And I am of the view that it doesn't bring a good leadership. And only if you can, and they party now, baby, I see you. Wrong said, we a leader, you are leading by example. What am I saying? You don't supposed to be a 10 God. Say, with or without, everyone should control you. And only doesn't bring good leadership. And some of us, we came from a very humble background, and we are poised to reach the higher pedestal. And say, we yes, suppressing or the remedy to it is that we associate ourselves with you. Then we move on.
I see. I feel bang and free NPP.
That's 2010.
And it's in check.
Oh, there be a chair.
I see. Yo. Now, what indicates a mobile running for presidentials, right, in 2028? To do that, you need cells in every region near there. Have you done all that? More enough membership all across Ghana near there?
Absolutely, yes. Before they registered you as a political party in Ghana, you have to have all the 275, constituencies, you need to have 2/3 out of it. And I have more than 2/3. So we are on the ground and we are still moving forward.
I see. Yo. Nana, say campaign Brady Bedua, Uni, Ufienia, Nawabana, Yabwao, Abawabo, Deruni, Yama, Ubia Swati, Wunsempa, Opese, Ghana Foninati, Yada CP, Ewo, Ahoafano. Afe, Yambra, New Patriotic Party. So, Omo primaries, Omo primaries, Navy. First of all, let me congratulate you on some 1 year primaries. I yanti metu Macau bia, Gidibiasa. Na initial comments, Sena Ofano, Sena Wotete, send this come. My initial comments are sending the Mosukoyi.
May that say, near Eddie kind of. Adia Bakwame who New Patriotic Party. Woman really, no, the good party, that the so-called delegate syndrome. The delegate syndrome in New Patriotic Party is a threat to the NPP as a political party. If he said the delegate syndrome restricts you regardless of your potential, regardless of your intelligence and what you can do, regardless of what you can do for the nation, if you don't pay higher to the delegate, you can never leave. Because a chance to assist Dr. Yao Osei Adutwum, one of the finest and a brilliant leader, NPP Nyana power GNO for 2028, you know. Kabeye memre edi ama womu. Dienti na meka se kabeye memre ama womu. First of all, he is a member of parliament, 3 terms. Ewo Bosomtwe constituency. And this is the man who came to Ghana now while establishing the United States of America. I think California, West schools. Now, Obabe saw Ghana Education Service as a Minister of Education, you know. To be honest, before there's a Minister of Education, na education ranking in Africa, na Ghana also Samsung 37. Within 4 years, Papa Ghana will be doing number 2 in Africa. About West Africa, we are number 1. And now, you see, New Patriotic Party is a party. Your friend will be home region advantage. Abrebia se Ghana, New Patriotic Party for election. This year, region back on over anymore. Region only Asante mine. And na papa nso one o free a oye Asante this year. No utimi ajadi power education ho. But delegate, you know, and I'm so one tria kese ama omunti no. Oma nto ama no. Oma nto ama no. I am saying this on authority because I was able to accompany him nationwide. Obi tika se o media o you nanso media o you nanso media o you nanso and it's that delegate syndrome no the NPP etwamwa number 1 advantage a party ni dey say they will be getting independent leaders say to be constituency it should be every card bearing member of the constituency. And what you know, into a general election, the same people who chooses him or her no are going to vote for him.
That's right.
It will not be difficult. But the delegate, imagine me a quabrini, Mr. Mampontia Brady, almost to a bar, and if I don't know to a bar of our brain east one close to 200,000. But delegates pay 800 and 1,002 or 1,005. Now, if you move 800, apodistica. Nanipa Puya Papa Yipa Ama say the whole constituency into Abamano. And only problem, no. And it say almost to me as time goes on, the managers of New Patriotic Party, begin say National Democratic Party and ECIAB. United Front Party Ayebi. Say the 2 aba any flagbearer. And then a woman say every card bearing member of the New Patriotic Party should participate, but rather the few delegates from the constituency polling stations. And great corruption. Corruption is no.
Constituency, party, we shouldn't forget. Se delegate Obias. Obabe represent
Sa delegate, you know, wakoti ni sika o. Oba so obeso a me call ye menya baby. We see menya fridge. We see menya fan. We see
Nana, a very interesting part because just a short people a interview, you need to okay, the same exact thing. Say a beya and Kayama card bearing members and I can twabano. You know, and a very interesting also kind of the same thing, yeah. But you're making that to top bottom approach, so party no is selected the flag bearer and some of Makwa was selected the national executives and all of that. And also, what fun is saying? Is that the right approach?
Ubekaya, Sadia Wigan is a scheme to favor Dr. Bawumia. So I can say, now the danger ahead of it, they say, of this consequence, you know, someone might need to wear this gap and on my back with you. Any time, can you buy all of us? Every political party, President Former, J. Kufuor, same way say. And come here from the polling stations, not polling station at the back constituency, not constituency, they are called region, they are about national. And Sani Akoyi flagbearer. But their research officers everyone said no. Say a top eco-social Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be unpopular. At the moment here, he's the immediate popular leader of the party. So let's go this way and not the best favor. It's unfortunate contemporary new patriotic party. They don't have a firm leader, sir. They can put their feet down. Ask me of Agyenim Boateng, former general secretary. Ask me down to Kubuki. Ask Obichi said, Sir John, and answer from Japan. And you will propose this, and he will tell you that look, what you are doing is not the right thing. So let's go back to the roots. And the top to the bottom approach is very, very dangerous for the party.
I see. Now, to say, Omar, like say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to go for the 2028 elections now. How do you assess his chances? It's a bit too early, if you ask me. But then, once Omar Kasan Somu say it's time to elect him there, we can also start assessing his chances and everything. How do you assess Dr. Bawumia's chances, generally speaking, as we approach the next way, say the next election?
Realistically, it's not clear to me his victory for 2028 unless something changes. Because New Patriotic Party, PAN, or region, is the one, not a single parliamentary member of parliament or represent the party, no. What more? Any kind, the young said, party, no, none in Yinam swore at the same, and finally, they said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and said, no, Mukra, how many parliamentary seats? When you come to the regional balance, and so I know why I say, region with not MP saying a woman, Dr. Bawumia Belibi, you know, MPs, no, a declining, and I appreciate it. You see, all these assessments, you know, are dangerous. I don't know whether something will change drastically unless somebody convince me. Because recently, the tribal war, between Dr. Bawumia and tribe, only concerns for him, you know. And now, you know, I can't remember people lose it. So what would change those people who voted against New Patriotic Party or Dr. Bawumia might for them to consider him now? That's number one. And thereby, compensate me, and I mean, say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is going to win in a religion aspect. Because New Patriotic Party, I see a thousand Asante Muhammad. Majority, about 90%, Christopher, Nia na maybe a tram one day campaign TMP in said, almost pancreamufo asem. And you say, a jacramoni about the lady NPP there and can Muslim fraternity no vote for NPP passively. But otherwise, I'm going to and only idea I ask myself, because we have fabric, we shall near Asante, many obibia who free sexually, and from my 3B here. Me did some me chrome for pano. I be a that's what I said.
Yes,
I
sir.
understand he got over 52% on the constituency. It shows that he have the root. Now there's what the northerners in the new patriotic party no one said. Say nothing a be any southerner every vote contester. All the northerners will be one behind their brother or a sister. But the buyer Saudi Hanomodia, we don't go that way. Yajio and so second general election now. The United Force, the northerners need to their brother. It doesn't reflect in the general election. Because there are certain constituencies here. Obia all the aspirants, Omunya 000, Dr. Bawumia Ninya. By do general election, also the same way Dr. Bawumia got 000. Now NPP at the Omani air the two Asante Maiso. Say Asante vote and only any dash. I am saying for the electorate and the party management, the managers of the new patriotic party should consider say a power and a worship. We call something home region advantage. Obibia bedio free no can minimum say ye so many party anymore. And can the crew for no kind of cheap at least 90%.
What can I see here? Now, party said the MPP should have elected an account person to lead the party.
Exactly. So, no, you see, I had an intel about Michael Quay report. So, because if not the accounts, the party could have fallen by now, especially Asante region. Start to say.
Matua say about then.
Since NPP 87, I start to be corrected. 87 or 89 MPs. Asante region alone have half of it. So in realistically, the heart and the head of the party is from here.
Let's juxtapose this thing against something I said in my editorial a short while ago. And he said, we feel one of the victories that the MPP has chalked in this recent primaries. And he said, they have made nonsense of the narrative said that MPP is not tolerant to non-Akan people, right? To say, if you ask me, they've gone beyond proving, say, it's not really like that. We can actually have Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia lead us 2 times. That's a positive for the NPP. But here you are also telling us that it's a negative because they should have elected an Akan person. Sana Opacha, because Okoko elected Akan person, you are now focusing on home base, Ashanti region, right? It's another region. Ashanti region is not going to be alone for the NPP.
Thank you very much. I have an explanation to this. The whole of Broome region, not NPP, Krabe 18 parliament, which is Canada, Jama South. So what I say? So imagine said, near sea or northern region, near sea or upper east region, they see against NPP and they see what Northeast and Savannah region, you know. They see one Asante regional, and would the party exist at all?
Yes, but then unlike when NDC approach, no, NDC himself, Ashanti region, NPP turf, until they focus on Ashanti region, and it bore results. Because if all they are able to do is to even disorient the voters in Ashanti region not to vote, they've done something. And to Jingi said, the NPP choosing its leader from outside of the Ashanti region, no, it's actually going to inure to its benefit. Its advantage rather than say, will be free, because then if that happens, what about the other 15 or so regions?
Grateful, my brother. You see, is the party you want or the statistic? When you elect, let me break down to your listeners. When you choose somebody from Asante, we have Asante mind. Don't forget. When you elect someone from Asante, you have Volta region. Places like Rara, Jasikai, Tepa Abotuase, KJB, Ketekrati and Co. They all have affiliate to Asante. When you choose someone from Asante, in the whole of the northern region, the majority group called the Dagombes, Asante is Kotoko, and we have a wine Kotoko in Dagoma fraternity. You understand? When you so they see him as their brother. When you choose someone from here,
then why don't you also see Dr. Bawumia as Kotoko? Because
no,
it should work that way.
Bro, he is not a Dagomba, he is a Mampusi.
Okay.
Do you get my point? I'm talking about the tribe and the region that have affiliate with Asante.
Yes, now what would you say to somebody who says you are now preaching tribal politics? If you
you see, it will sound naive to someone who will be, navigating into the tribal politics. But I am basing on how to rescue power. Do you get my point? There is a difference between you being tribal politics and you want to get power. If you want to get power, your stronghold, you must concentrate. Isn't it? When you see Namado won, if you can retrospect in 2012 election, Ashanti region and Eastern region alone hijacked the whole of the country election. It takes the advantage of the Supreme Court ruling. Let's go to the Western region based on my analysis. When you get to the Western region, or let me come to Central first. In Central region, the people from Bremai, Esikuma, and the rest, Odobin, Brapa, they are all Ashantis. When you come to the Asin fraternity, they are all Ashantis who share boundary with the Dangerous. You understand? Let's go to the Western region, especially Sekandi. Sekandi Township was organized by Ashantis, and when you go to the coastal region, the Insiman land, they also have Insiman Kotoko, which they see Ashantis as their brothers. You understand? So in terms of critical need, it's not about tribalism. It's about power. It's not about what somebody will say. But how can you get the power to do the good things for our motherland, Ghana?
I see. Okay. All right. So
and the religion also matters. Religion also matters. You see, Ghana politics, I'm speaking as a political politician, not a classroom political science lecture. No. You understand? There is a difference between we who are on the ground doing the practical politics than the political science lectures, because they go with the statistics. But if I happen to have the power to choose a leader for NPP, I should have chosen from Asante region. Because when you choose from Asante region, even those who voted for NDC, they see him as their own and they affiliate. The whole of Ahafo region is part of Asante Mine. Majority of the Bono region is Asante Mine. Majority of Bono East is Asante Mine. So there are certain key points when you choose, even when you come to Ghana and you want to come and advertise on a certain product or whatever. My brother, I'm being realistic, speaking on authority. When you use the Asante directive, you are done. So at this critical movement, at this critical condition that MPP is in, it could have been better for them. Because upon all, I am not saying Dr. Bawumia is a bad candidate. No, far from that. But the circumstances around him, it matters.
So let me push back a little bit on that, Nana. If that was the case, Alan Chamatin is from Asante Mine. Why didn't they vote for him? Why did they vote for Cheddar ahead of him and all of that?
It was an agenda. But then Nanado was the president of the republic, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Nanado wants to leave a legacy by letting his vice proceed. And it's all boiled down to the delegate syndrome. The delegate there doesn't see the quality or the experience fellow you are. It's about a high bidder.
General elections though now, right? Even in the general elections, Alan Chamatin didn't do too well in Asante. And he's Asante.
Oh yeah, in reality, Alan Chamatin is not a Kumasi-based Asante.
Yeah,
you understand?
Also said that even as far as Dagomba, they are brothers, right? So at the very least, we everybody in Ghana associates Alan Chamatin with Asante. I can tell you that.
No, I am not disputing that part. It's the Azion. He's an Asante. Absolutely. Alan's father is the one who established a culture center nationwide. You understand? But you see, you can be Asante when you don't mingle. I have my national head office here in Kumasi. You understand? Today I'm coming from Akweside. So there is no segregation. And don't forget, Alan's mistake that he did was he shouldn't, if he knew he would not go further, he shouldn't have contested at all and resigned from the government way back before. But once you are with them, everything that happened, you were a cabinet minister. You didn't utter a word. And you have waited for election, you lost. You said, now I'm going to form my party. That one, it will sound weird. But if Alan resigned from Nanado government and formed his party, it could have been different news.
Interesting perspective. Okay, Nana, and going forward, or more elected Nana, Dr. Bawumia. Now, I never come a person the impact that Candidte Japan made. A lot of people were expecting a little more than what he proved this time around. What do you think accounts for that?
I appreciate my brother. Dr. Bawumia paid higher than Candidte.
Paid more money to the delegates?
Than Candidte. I am speaking from a practical experience because most of the areas I paid money on behalf of Dr. Adutwum. Dr. Adutwum was giving 500 Ghana to each delegate. You understand? Brian Champon was paying, I think, 800 Ghana. Kennedy is paying 600. And Dr. Bawumia is paying 1,000 across board.
Oh.
So it's about the higher bidder. It's not about the message you have. It's not about your personality. It's not about your profile. It's about a higher bidder. That is why
how much you compare Japan? Because he didn't even get 1%.
I know my brother covered Japan. It was difficult for him. There are certain places that I had he paid 150. Some places too he paid 100.
100 versus 1,000. So you can imagine how the results turned out. That's
absolutely. So the delegate, they will say, oh, Dr. Adutwum and a war message. Nanso no, Bawumia chiache and it's in tomorrow.
Delegate just a woman which is a delegate back on already 150 if you come to Japan. No, according 500 if you
Dr. Adutwum.
No, I just 600 if you
Kennedy.
No, according
800 Grand Champion.
No, according 1,000. Oh God.
You see, these are the consequences, sir. And my party, it come in a co-opposition. So what I say, me one fancy back for a delegate to be constituency. Or say, obi kia 5,000. Or man a plasma TV. Obi kia 10,000. And or man a mobile phone. Obi so be kia 6,000. But he paid for the higher, he voted for the higher bidder. And some way all kekano. Imagine obi a honye delegate, or tia, or because someone on Mapodi Munipa.
It's as simple as that. And
absolutely.
The NPP is not learning from that. Maybe Sanana, Smart rumors say Dr. Adutwum or refusing us to be delegates in the crowd. So, Mobato Monto Amunjai will be part of his campaign. They are partner. Say,
I no credit.
Okay.
I no credit. Me in person, before God and the man, me a kwabri meeting, me na me de kwabri East Sika, I'm gonna search there. Oh, Mampon, a grass section, do my say, there be a modico koi. Oh, Akiman wa be a gano, and the rest. That's what I say. What they call it? Now, said the American, said you, in reality, me, I had to say, what copa or baby, sabi, or bar, or physical seven. And now who you used to say, me used to Toyota Prado, and I'm the car president. And now be the Rolls Royce, they see up there.
Crazy. Well, that's the Benz.
So what I say now, or Papa actually that it shouldn't be near almost finish say almost my obia or your card bearing member. It's me to a bar. Advantage to the party is a party with the yes gap.
A organic a organic. Some about choosing parliamentary candidate. Just a penalty me choosing.
Absolutely.
Right? Rather than say delegate call to. Now what discussion? Means what discussion? Never so say main concoto Obama Sanipan.
And then I salute you. You are level-headed fellow. What they say? Yeah, I no. Bebrebe in a Ghana ye and I hear. That's what I say. Ghana ye I hear no. We need good representatives. That's what I say. People who will represent you and they will not be self-interest people. Obi Wahonuma, the aim and ambition is to lead, nothing more, nothing less. And during the campaign, I told the delegate, some said, party in the power and my power, a woman, Obi wa we na party no where you flagbearer. Obi so we the potential for him said obey president no. Possible. And he says, no, Dr. Bawumia, he's a very good friend. In fact, time and another year running mate in Ukraine. No on TP. Yeah, I was partner. Yeah, children chief.
I see. Tomorrow, I'm saying no, and yes, sir. When I
So, and you know, I wish him well. Wabaya to set the head, but he need to articulate well. So I say, the one who say, "A bit more sorry, I can't wear the say articulator. Articulation. Ohia running maker. Nia omu entini nyeno. Nipa no betimi age edi amano.
That's why people think that Napo let him down, right? Because Napo was not a very good communicator in that sense. He seems to be put better than others.
In reality, no, there are certain people I could say their upbringing, they were like spoiled child. Yeah, canasem. They are teaching so that fellow can be professor, he can be doctor, he can be engineer, but no need leadership quality. If you so no, or papa your minister, or papa your gene, or mammy or him, antiano. And those people know, Omu Bengini, no, not Omu father, Hashipa, Minimu dear, may come dear, as in a mere dear Nimudam. Me up for frap, Susan, my every pay. Bonso, my bonso pay, but keep taxi pay. So what I say, me all level for you, KBL Kumasi Brewery. Before I'm a process of Cambridge Investing, UK. Before I'm a one, you know, I'm a paper stadium, me share the you so I am a hosteler.
There you go.
Me pay. Enti me punipa, me watch me pay. See me who so be one who to them one. I know how the fellow feels.
And that's something I feel say every leader be say unia or said you could suku be of some sort. Because I mean maybe a bit to be free. But a very key element in every leader if you ask me. Then I'm maybe so some would there raise your banner at why now for say you bit within a partner Dr. Bawumia to make the best impact. Ebimufu say training sabonso is kind of lacking there somewhere. Ebimufu say we need a female candidate. Ebimufu say Napo Kroya, I say repeating it you. What's your best assessment? Why and what would do we need a bully say and pair Dr. Bawumia and make it the best impact?
Many times. You see, Dr. Adutwum is the best person. Let me say 3 things. Number 1, about a religious balancer. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who himself recently, I didn't know. So even in the Islam, no, and our Muslim fraternity, no, so no, or more divisions, I didn't know until someone who said, almost Dr. Bawumia, the minority. Now, more Ahmadiyas, more Al-Sunnah, Musa. Fine. Dr. Yao Osei Adutwum, number 1. He has the track record of performance. The assessment of the free education in Ghana, no, the brainchild of Dr. Adutwum. That's number 1. Which will be the flashy policy. New Patriotic Party cannot leave out in their campaign for 2028. And also no enkwala omaya mature da. One moment me to about for 28, you know. Over 4 million youth, you know. They know Dr. Adutwum than any of them because he was their minister. That's number 1. Number 2, Dr. Adutwum is an elder of Church of Pentecost. Elder of Church of Pentecost. And believe it or not, Ghana, there is no village that you can't get a befitting temple for Church of Pentecost. And Pentecost and the other charismatic churches, you know, They are one.
But then we hear these so-called charismatic churches praying for Dr. Bawumia, right? And to say
some
a good number of those who are,
because if you can retrospect in 2024 election, some stood against him, said they won't allow the Muslim to come and rule the nation because of the Arab Spring now air cost or the neighboring countries, I am being realistic to you.
Was open, Nana. Before the Hadith was open.
So some of the Duncan Williams and its affiliates, John Mahama was fortunate. They got up and they were doing the advocacy as John broadcasting. Muma Kremoni baby Yeshua. Those kind between you and me, we are level-headed people. We will take it for granted. But my mom in my Ponte, or my uncle who is having his cocoa farm at Kebidi in the western region, they will be scared of it. So you need someone who can absorb. Someone who can absorb, who can join with the Islamic fraternity, that they can look up upon him. You understand? Asante Kasano. How big to be what they want to say, Papa wait. Yes, being any about Ghana election here.
But Matthias said, okay, but the Muslim community voted for John Mahama, who's Christian. And I don't know how much premium we can really put on that. And I say,
no, okay, already. May his soul rest well. Former President Johnson Rawlings, you see, he was able to adjoin with the Islamic fraternity during his reign. They were the one that gave them the how do you call it? Their holidays. Initially, Ghana we didn't have Islamic holidays. It was through NDC. But
from Jerry Rawlings' era. That's what you're saying.
Absolutely. So some of the campaign that the NDC Muslim used against Dr. Bawumia, number one, they said, he's not a good Muslim. You understand? So the vote that even Dr. Bawumia got, it was the Christians. So imagine if he was a Christian. You understand? He lost all the Zomo communities, even Kumasi Central Mosque, one of the largest mosques in the country. He used his own pocket money to renovate it. Fully air conditioned, but yet they voted against him. They voted against him.
Nana, some have said, some of the heaviest baggage that Dr. Bawumia will be bringing to his campaign, and he said, number one, he was part of Akufo-Addo's government, Nana Akufo-Addo's government, which many Ghanaians see as a failed government. Number two, he said he has a tag on him. A lot of people see him as a liar. React to these two things. How do you think how do you think he's going to shake these images as he goes out to the national campaign?
It's very difficult, but now he's the head. He needs a proper thing to be called articulator. You understand? Once upon a time, there was a criminal, or let me go straight to the point. My mother should forgive me. There was someone who is a prostitute, repented. Now he's a Christian and has proven beyond a reasonable doubt that he won't go back to that attitude anymore. You get my point? So now, he should choose somebody like Dr. Adutwum. Oh, Papa, where the onion so the Papa Pantino, Meko, or Premier Meko. Papa, where the Timu or the Sonayere, or Yenti, Ana efie we maame no onye ensuni kunu ne de oti nanim etini kunu ho nti na meko. You still get my point.
Matthias Sepa.
And how here it is a okoyi mokwame nkroma ne die mu de a. You say what you say?
Matthias Sepa.
What you recently some o keka here. O say Akufo Addo mu nyina ya nkwasiafo Bawumia na nim nyanta.
To be honest with you, to be completely honest with you, Nana, but communication, because as somehow became a member, this I will be member and maintenance or part the rest of the cabinet, not any answer for member or part Dr. Bawumia was the smartest among them, but who can? And that is very vital when it comes to politics, because Mokwame Nkrumah. Whoa, you coupon put that. Now, what sense do we have to us? A problem.
Aye. Mahama saw there 24 hours. Nyankopon kura order. A better than 24-hour economy.
I somehow can do. No, one more thing.
Near woman said, Napo or Yeminia. Na, Menu, Bawumia, and aircraft PC. I don't have the right to insist. Say, change now. Only you and not only me. Name or no. As a leader, as a coach, a leader, you behave as a coach. You understand? Your tournament, you are the striker. For a purpose. That's what I say.
Yes,
because me na edu mention who me ma me ya say one. Obetimi aya dey no one from ka say oh Agyenim Boateng na me ka say wo dey enka woni nyansa wo na waye sa dey we me pa cho wo hu say we di matemba
papa
oh now dey meaning say woni nyansa wo na waye sa dey we obi so sabe. The listeners should forgive me. Communication is very essential in leadership. It will not hurt directly. You will feel, say, what you did, you deserve maybe nothing.
Nana, on come here with the papa. Yedi Agyenim chair, you better fra. But no, two very important questions I'm a person reacting to answer and say the BNA near to final words near their source. Number one, and he said, Dr. Bawumia, apart from Sanomaya Yaki, saying the liar tag and then the association with the Nana Akufo-Addo government. Another thing, even post the Akufo-Addo government, to dealing with this, I'm not associating with a lot of the foul talkers in the party. Which one way Yapa can some out to say 777 previous and he said can if you're one Obama. I can mention a few names, I'd rather not. But I'm not for associating now with Dr. Bawumia. And then there was this instance, there was this guy called Fanti Comedy or something like that. He did something which, the nation kind of criticized negatively. Ofio called Dr. Bawumia, and there's this famous picture of him hugging Fanti Comedy. I said, why are dear pa? Okoke say, you betray Mahama Yitino. Why are dear Seboko can't be bisa? Oh, Namiche. This is another thing I was saying, Timmy, and working on. Because a lot of the people who vote for him, if they hear those things, so they are going to vote for him already. But if you want to vote for his side,
I'm not truncating you. I'm not truncating you, but I brought it. Simifa, Bishop Duncan Williams, it did attempt all because in favor of Bawumia.
Yes.
Now, as a leader, me can't say, me yere no, now Kodin se Munubina will say Mijawa, Mijawa. And one more, 2028, and yet better, and Tina make Ohia proper articulator. Now, Ohia proper trader, now that he is the head, Na amanfo ntimi pɛ trailer ne so. Na ɔmo nyɛ den ɛmfa nto abama no. Somebody like Dr. Adutwum, the public think I said, oh, yeah, 100%. Me no can say, me nya kron, me nya 100%. Now, so me jibi say, me papa does to tell me bonnie. So what I say, if me said that pa and your bonnie, if you are from Swan Kitty BDA, Abraham, Solomon, yeah, BDA. If you bet me a buy a poem. They are David Muye, you be me a buy a poem. They are trained and know they are saying. Because what I say, but yes, so that I say, everybody bonnet, ye baby, ye free back. How to eat, you know, ye nim ye cheek, and ye pay any more, ye baby, a echo. So, no, and you know, near what drew no, and you Miss Sakrana. So, all to start one no, no, changing Mupami from Mano. But I meant to say, I saw Mupami from my sword, the bed of a side, the Amano. So, what I say, changing na Ghana for who say, nipa way, sister, the responsibility, said the obey me really.
Okay, yo. Nana, answer about the final question. Actually, 2 questions. Because I said 2, maybe Sabak was still like 2. With a logic proper, but we are funny, sir. One out of the 2 questions is said, so Osha overall, in about a minute, just take about a minute to give us an idea. What would be the best strategy for Dr. Bawumia to rebrand himself? Because as it is, it looks as if the Ghanaians in general don't trust it. What would it take to rebrand Dr. Bawumia? Who now is the chief advisor and as the campaign strategist? How would you rebrand Dr. Bawumia?
First of all, many now. I will issue a statement. So I brought the one Copa Duncan Williams at Chewa. Yeah, to me, you see, in leadership, Obia Oben was said it. Me do what only me do asem, only me papa do asem. Na me do what because of that seven. Na me papa na ntimi a na chese me ame ye no oni movie. But what you say? And the Christian fraternity, no, they are one body. They are one body. Number 2, I will issue a communique. Say, we are now coming to talk about policies and issues, not insult, insinuation. I mean, now we and no free move. Now, ultimate to sue a running later away from the Kwame Nkrumah caliber. Yeah, Mitchell said, "Our mother, me intensive campaign, and your mother to me as a
I see. Yo, and how much of a chance and Obama the NPP at this time? Do you think there's any chance that they can win election 2028 with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia?
As I told you, I said it and I repeat. The NPP to me every year. He said, first of all, how much you running it, you know? No more family be to say Dr. Adutwum. Or yet the stone church member of Church of Pentecost. Now, almost Christian fraternity, and your dear. Then Dr. Bawumia should also concentrate on the Islamic fraternity. Not on your proper PR about policies and issues, not insult. Ghana for themselves, to me, their mama. Because no, now NPP problem now, they lack communication. Almost lack communication. Papa say.
Now, you said that as a result of a no message to sell. Financial. What if the NDC is going to go ahead and market corruption-free government as much as possible, if they're going to market economic indicators, the rise of the cedi against the dollar, if they're going to go ahead and sell infrastructure, if President Mahama is able to push through his agenda with the highways and all those things, if they're going to sell all that, and the NPP is going to sell Nana Akufo-Addo's achievements, or are we going back to Kufuor's achievement? What would be the message? You as a potential, and as a, say, make-believe strategies for Dr. Bawumia. What would you say?
There are a lot. There are thousands of messages. First of all, let me give you one opportunity. When I was NPP for no mutual consultation fee at the amount. Because still, first of all, Omanpeni Mahama, he's my brother. I call him Big Lion, and he called me Lion Pekin. So I said, Opa yeno, dollar no suppress yeno, cedi now dikushi yeno. It tells you say then Nanado above the papa ages kegu and all the year there ever be yes I do.
I don't that's backed by no data whatsoever. That's backed by no data.
No. That is why opinions are like noses. But what's my thing?
Right now, though, right? Because OG bondholders, let's say this film, if you run the country to that level, the Bank of Ghana loses $6 billion in a single year where they don't buy or sell anything. How are we going to say so? Akufo-Addo himself says that the next government will fix the road. Nana, how do you convince?
Let me pass out to you. Anado, gold deposit in Kwa Ujaye, no. Gold deposit and Kwa Ujaye. Confirmed by the governor, Dr. Enisa. I start to be corrected, Nidino, governor of the Bank of Ghana. Or no one let That's all say.
Dr. Esiama.
Go down Ujaye, no. Say Akasen. You know, Eswati. All the Bekan, Yamina Mekan.
Was rather that it had been shut down. And then the National Reserve had been moved up a couple. I don't have the figures here.
I am of the view that I must thank you, and I'm so much happy. Say, you didn't come on. But another time, give me the topic in advance.
Okay.
When they have been president and a buyer, and I heard you say Yapa for some and Ayaba. But I'll be very obliged to talk to you again.
Martinana. It's yesterday. I remember producer now reaching out to you. They are paid 1 full hour. First of all, the person may know how party in one step. I'm very interested, right? The person you expose your party properly. Your philosophies, your everything there is to know about the United Front Party. The person this and common. And after it's not in national issues. National issues. And look at for some crime. You're becoming purely national issues. Nana, why? Medasipi, Yamisha, and they will brown Yamai, Wakosum Abba.
You see, as I told you, I'm humble to be in this discussion. And me and why not? Misami, they are ready to obey Mediano, me no Becassa. But they are messing to say, yeah, mammy, free will, baby, she said, topics are a bit discussing. Said we go straight to the point. Now, viewers and the listeners.
That's right. Next time, the police.
So if something, me no one can say.
I think come to him. But I could that video. What's that? They just say. I could see.
I dare touching. Me can say me ma wa dare touching. O say I dare come to you if you so.
I dare again.
And come back to you if you so.
There be a walk on. What's the name of a day?
A day touching.
Touching.
CEO. Touching. Yes, a day touching. Now, oh no, okay, so mommy, a day touching. No, my Joe, so a day and come to your so. It's a Sabra Nana no dia Quesideno. It's in the form of festival, a reunion, almost ACAC. It's in the form of festival, via a baby now, Ako Abetu, and on every 40 days, and Asante and Nano, AD. It has been there over 6 centuries. And yes, Yabetua, yet was so. Me Nanani or say to the first.
I see.
On one, ya natural what and say, Ampulu Jemfua, Nana Bema, Nyante Chua, Omo ya Beuma, me asewa.
I was secret women. You come out, you know what did you, and then and come up with brave, you know, back politics, which is our thing.
Yeah.
And just general advice for the upcoming youth, because Unya Obia Sebi, Nichima Bobby, I'll say to me, the Finiho. You know, okay. And yeah,
you bye.
All right. Nana Agyenim Boateng, the founder of the United Front Party, and then in the Twitching Common. Thank you very much, Nana. Okay, when we come back, GH reports. So please stay put. We will be right back after this very short commercial break.